Welcome everybody to Two Best Friends Talk Pokemon. This is episode 3, where we will be discussing everything surrounding Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason, also known as the Red Viking, and over here is my co-host.
And I'm Chad, also known as Dragonheart Rising. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Today we're just going to be talking about Scarlet, Violet, everything we're hoping for, and some rumors, even though we don't like to cover rumors, but things that we have learned about the game prior to its release on November the 18th. And for all of those that are not subscribed to the YouTube side of things, where we have been posting our podcast on my channel, The Red Viking, we will be doing a live stream of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet once it releases, and that will be on Saturday, November 19th. And who knows, if I want to stream it sooner and, Chad will be there with me, we'll both be playing the game, doing some co-op action together. It's going to be awesome. Might start on Friday, but podcast anyway is on Saturdays when we record it. Make sure you guys check that out also. But without further ado, let's dive into this. Where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with something that I am absolutely ecstatic about. Like I said, my YouTube name, I don't post anything yet, but, my name is Dragonheart Rising. Kind of leads to my favorite element being dragon. I love dragon types.
Hmm.
My picture has a picture of Dino, who's one of my favorite dragons. But my first ever Pokemon was Charmander, who evolves into Charizard, which a lot of people call the not a dragon Pokemon because he's a lizard, but looks like a dragon, but isn't any dragon element.
Yeah.
And so he gets a little flack for that. If you played the Gen 6 games, he gets Mega Charizard X, which is Fire Dragon, which was awesome. But there is an event happening early on, which are the Black Crystal Terra raids. And these ones are like the top of the top tier raids. So with Sword and Shield, the raids went up to 5 stars. These ones are 7-star.
Oh, they're
And
7-star. Oh, wow.
7, and they are level 100 Pokemon.
Whoa.
The closest we had to anything of that was the Mewtwo raids that we had in Sword and Shield, that Pokemon Day, and this, I think it was a few days after. As well as there was Regigigas in the DLC, which was level 100. And so this is huge, and it's only 2 weeks after the game releases.
Yeah, so we gotta go really hard on this right away, don't we?
Oh, big time. And then you got to team up with people who have also gone pretty hard into it if we're going to get it done early on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to get interesting. The other part of it is it's post game only, so at least one of you has to have beaten the whole game and are in the post game.
So how does that work then when we team up and do some co-op action? So say if I go into your game and you've only, say, done like 30% of the story, but I've done, say, 60%, would that
Mm-hmm.
mean that I have to go backwards in a sense or not?
No, so what'll happen? I think it's the same that Sword and Shield did. Whoever initiates the raid, it will be based on their level and progress.
Okay.
So, for example, with the post game raids in Sword and Shield, the 5-star were typically level 60 to 65.
Yeah.
And so, if I initiate a 5-star raid, then it'll be a level 60 or 65 Pokemon. And then
Okay.
if you're up, then you're going to be fighting that same one. From what I can gather, it's going to be that same sort of thing with Terra raids, that whoever initiates it is going to show, and it's primarily based off of stars. I could still end up getting a lower star raid on my own,
Yeah.
and then we just team up for it. The only ones I know that the levels are confirmed are going to be the Black Crystal Terra raids, which will be level 100 and are only available in the post game. So one of us is going to have to finish the game entirely in order to get into them.
Okay. So it's not the end of the world, but I mean, if we are gonna stream it, and I'm assuming we're probably gonna go like all day in a sense,
Hmm.
then actually, I guess it just depends. How long would it take to actually beat the game?
And the other part of it too is that if we don't get to it on that weekend of the 1st to the 4th,
Hmm.
which I believe was what the dates were, they're going to do the same thing 2 weeks later. So then that would give us more time if we can't get to the first one.
Yeah. But definitely means like if some people were hoping to buy the game at a later date, sorry, but you might be out of luck.
That's the other tricky part. But something else that I remembered too is that while these are like the early game events, there's going to be compatibility with Pokemon Home in 2023, and we don't know when.
Okay.
And at that point, you'll be able to transfer Charizard over because he's not in the Paldea Dex at all.
Right.
That may mean that something like this, or the ability to get a dragon type Charizard, which is what this event is. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but it'll be Charizard with a Terra type of dragon. And we may be able to do something like that later, or possibly with a DLC, there might be something with that too.
Yeah.
So there should be something coming up later that would allow you to get it. It's kind of like Gigantamax, Meowth, and Snorlax. They were all in the early part of Sword and Shield, like within the first couple months, and then we couldn't get them.
Yeah.
But then the DLC rolled around, then it gave us a way with the Max Soup to actually get Gigantamax, Meowth, and Snorlax again. And
Yeah,
and
just like a
actually,
Gigantamax Meowth. Biggest
I
chonk ever.
I know, right?
Maybe like a year later, have another event where you can get the same Pokemon again. For those that
Exactly.
missed out within the first, like the opening month of the
Hmm.
game.
Yeah, so that is quite possible. It is possible too that it's like just one of the early game things, and it may be like an event like this might not be happening again. It's really hard to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Christmas coming up, and a lot of people might be getting their game then. Of course, it's way past the date of these raids. So yeah, like
Yeah.
whether
Yeah,
like
that's
an
the part that sucks about it.
exactly. So whether it is just like an early thing of hey, you got the game early. Here's a a level 7 raid to try to get a Dragon type Charizard.
Hmm.
Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and who
I
knows
don't.
how many of them we're gonna need to do in order to actually catch that one too.
Yeah, and that's the other part too. You can only catch one per file as well.
Oh, so you can't like shiny hunt that?
That's
Not
right. Yeah,
really. Yeah.
and I don't know how well Shiny Hunting will go with Terror raids anyway.
Yeah.
It's hard to say with that one. I mean, I know they're pretty scarce in Sword and Shield anyway with those raids. So
Yeah.
Shiny Hunting Terror raids. I don't know. That actually never crossed my mind to even do that, but
Until I mentioned it. You're like, but what if?
and then it'd be like, how long would that take?
If it's
No,
even possible, or if we're just wasting our time doing like
exactly
hundreds of these stupid things.
right.
Oh man, that'll be good though. So talk about shiny Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. I do have an article right here that says Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leak reveals shiny Pokemon cannot be knocked out by Let's Go feature.
Yes, I did hear something about that
Yeah,
before. It kind of gives you your saving grace in case you accidentally knock them out, then you can still catch them.
yeah. But the leaked footage was posted on Twitter by user Let's Go Shiny. Pretty on the nose. It shows the player sending the third stage evolution of Sprigatito out in Let's Go mode to attack a pack of shiny Pokemon. No idea how on earth he found a pack of shiny Pokemon, but okay.
Yeah.
However, the big green cat refused to attack the shiny Pokemon no matter how many times the trainer commanded it to.
Oh, that's what they're talking about. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's Go feature is not allowing to fight shinies tested with cheat codes. Oh, that's how you had a pack of shiny Pokemon. Wait,
That
what? This So the person got a copy of this game and they absolutely destroyed it or something? Like, yeah,
yeah, find all the exploits and everything there.
my word. Must have like, yeah, just hacked the game super hard.
Mm.
So we can't
Yeah.
actually do that.
Yeah, because I think that's the feature where you just send your Pokemon out and it goes and defeats a whole bunch and then gathers experience and weapon or items.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it finds a shiny, then it won't attack it. That would definitely be handy.
Yeah, you can't screw up. And I wanted to highlight here as well. So if you have not pre-ordered Scarlet and or Violet yet,
Mm-hmm.
so if you get it through Best Buy, but Cherry Berry, Chesto Berry, Asper Berry, Heka, Picha, Person Berry, and Ross Berry, you get all the berries.
Cherry for sure does paralysis. Ross, I think, does frozen. Can't remember the rest of them exactly what they were, but
Now, I kind of
yeah,
want to get this from GameStop also, because look at this. You get if you pre-order Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the dual pack,
yeah.
you get a special physical pin set. I like pin sets. If you get off of Amazon, you get 10 potions, 10 antidotes, and 3 revives.
Mm-hmm.
So I went digital. I've only gone digital. Did you get physical or just digital as well?
No, I got digital and physical at GameStop actually.
Oh, so you're gonna get the pin set.
Mm-hmm.
Which Pokemon do you get in the pin set?
That I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, you could let us know in a few days from now, or
I
whenever you're
def
able to pick it up.
exactly picking it up Friday after work. So
Okay. You know what I'm thinking is, yeah, we should stream the game after you get home from work then, like whenever you're ready to go.
oh, for sure, I'd be game for that.
Yeah. If you download it digitally, so you get the pre-order from Nintendo's eShop itself, you
Mm-hmm.
get an adventure set. So you get 10 potions, get 5 full heals, 3 revives, 3 ethers, 1 rare candy, and a nuggets.
Oh yeah.
So a little bit better, but very, very similar to Amazon here, where you get 10 potions, 10 antidotes, and 3 revives. The rare candy, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, nice. And then nugget, ooh, nice. Get a little bit of money on the side there too.
Exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're really pushing the pre-orders, especially with the events happening mere weeks for a 7-star raid. Which, holy crap, that kind of reminds me of Pokemon Go going against Mewtwo and his CP being like 20,000 points higher than most 5-star raids that you do in Pokemon Go.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's like, oh my word, especially Armored Mewtwo. Armored Mewtwo is like insanely high.
Yeah,
Uh,
he is.
oh, here you go. They actually do cover this. I should have scrolled. So you also get the Pikachu Flying Terra typed.
Yes.
And I'm not joking. That was actually a really big selling feature for me. I was like, ooh, Pikachu. All right, yeah, you got me. So you get that.
And the cool part of that is Pikachu's only weakness is ground.
Yeah, so just float in the air with those balloons.
Exactly. Grants immunity to it. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll definitely be grabbing that. Actually, that might join my team for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Get the sports rucksack. That was a pre-order purchase Pokemon Scarlet from PokemonCenter.com.
Mm.
We're getting 100 Pokeballs.
Yep.
Ball set
Ready.
mystery gift. A pre-order or purchase Scarlet from Japan's 7-net store after launch for a set of Pokeballs. Wait, is that only for Scarlet?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because also the sports rucksack was a pre-order or purchase Pokemon Scarlet from PokemonCenter.com. Not talking about Violets.
Wonder if that's just a typo.
I think it's a typo because here it's saying the adventure set pre-order or purchase Pokemon Scarlet from the Nintendo eShop after launch.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true actually because I got Violet.
Yeah. So it's got to be just the typo that's missing it.
I think so. Yeah, because I never heard of the Game House. But this is a good little short and sweet write-up of, we've been talking really the first half of this episode just about pre-ordering the game. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
look, you get this also. So, when you're going to go through your first playthrough, how are you going to play the game? Because there's different ways we can play the game, correct?
Yes, because there's 3 different pathways you can take.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing the gym challenge first.
Okay.
Then I'll probably do. Oh, it's gonna be hard. Whether I do Team Star or the Legend path. I think I'm gonna do the legend path and then do Team Star for last.
Okay. This isn't the legend path the one where we're gonna get the legendary Pokemon that we can ride around like as a bike or whatever.
No, that's at the very beginning of the game.
Oh, that's at the very beginning. Oh, and then afterwards, then you could do the legendary Pokemon. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. I might do the same as you, just go through the gyms, because I'm assuming that'll probably be the best way to get a lot of experience for your Pokemon really quickly.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a lot of exploration first to begin with anyway.
Yeah.
Bunch of terror raids,
Hmm.
and just tracking down all the different Pokemon, seeing the different areas, that kind of stuff. That I'll probably do first.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's gonna be cool. It's fun that we even get to have this conversation.
Right?
Because I'm kind of curious about the legend path. If you do that one first, how hard is that going to be to catch a legendary Pokemon when you haven't even really done any major fights aside from going and fighting just random like wild Pokemon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will be interesting for sure. Because I know with just thinking back, because it's kind of like they took both the DLCs from Sword and Shield and combined them all into one game. Like the Fighting Dojo, which would be, even though it's nothing like it, going after Team Star, and then you got the Path of Legends, which you're going after all these legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
They would go based off of your own level, or how many gym badges you had. Actually, is what it was.
Hmm.
So whether they'll do the same sort of thing, whether it be a little easier if you haven't done any of those, or what. But yeah, I'm thinking full on exploration first to track down as many Pokemon as I can, and then I'll go after the gym challenge first, and then go from there, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Have they talked about yet what DLC they're going to be releasing for this game?
No, they haven't done anything of that.
Okay.
Yeah, because if they do release it, it won't be for another year probably. So I'm imagining if we do get any information, it'll be maybe around end of February, where Pokemon Day is. Um,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'll
Pos-
definitely talk about something then, and probably the games that they'll release throughout 2023.
yeah. So we'll see what pops up then. But
Yeah, because
yeah.
this game, I'm assuming, is going to be way more supported
Mhm.
than Arceus was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because, yeah, this is actually like a mainline, Gen 9.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I'm assuming that they're going to have some paid DLC later on for the game, whether it's spread out through a couple of years or what. But
Yeah, yeah, I'd imagine so as well.
so, you want to talk about the big news article that I got here?
Oh heck yeah.
So this is not actually about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but for anyone that's a Pokemon fan, you have most definitely, I'm assuming here I'm going out on a limb, you have most definitely watched the Pokemon anime at some point.
Hmm.
So after 25 years, Ash Ketchum is now the very best, like no one ever was. No, like this one's cool. So I still need to watch this, but I have already been spoiled it because first off, I saw it on Twitter when I opened it one morning and
Okay.
saw that he won. I was like, oh, okay. Then I was listening to Kind of Funny Games daily because they always talk about, your daily gaming news and it happens at 10 a.m. every day.
Right.
So usually when I start vacuuming or, cleaning around the house, I'll just put in some earbuds and listen to it.
Hmm.
And of course, that is what they call him, the resident Pokemaniac. He went on to the show and he talked about this, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna skip it. It's totally fine. Everything's good because I can still watch this later on and be absolutely blown away by it.
Hmm.
I was just super, super happy that he did it with Pikachu.
Right.
That's my boy. I swear that Pikachu's at like level 100 max IVs.
Oh yeah.
Everything. The most powerful Pikachu of all time. Anyways. Yeah, what do you think of this?
Oh, I think it's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And like they were saying, the two big goals was to catch them all and to become the very best.
Yeah.
I noticed that he kind of sucks at catching them all because when you look at it retrospectively, he hasn't really caught that many.
And he
But
also gives a lot of them away that become very good. Like early on in the anime, anyway, it was like, oh, Butterfree, go away.
yeah,
Charizard, go away. Like, oh man, like at least you kept Pikachu, but still, bro, like, come on.
yeah, it was cool that Charizard did make a comeback in the Gen 5 series as well. He joined up with the team for a while.
Hmm.
But yeah, he has this tendency of doing that.
Yeah,
And yeah, okay, he's got a decent number, but you look in comparison to how many there actually are, and it's like, oh, he hasn't really caught them all by any means, but now he's become the very best trainer, and that's just really cool to finally see it.
yeah. Official Pokemon World Champion.
Hmm.
So it begs the question, what are they going to do now?
That's a good question because now a lot of people are wondering what's the anime going to be like for Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
And in my personal opinion, it's a perfect chance to start with a new group of characters. And you could still have Ash and some of the others, around or like make appearances or something like that. But when you start with two schools, you have a chance to start totally brand new.
yeah.
Um,
And it kind
it'd
of
be,
gives them an opportunity as well, since there's two schools, you could have two different protagonists. So if people don't really attach themselves to one, you do have a backup.
yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, because I mean, let's face it, it'd be really weird to see Ash go over to Pokemon School now that he's become the top of the top.
Yeah,
So,
why is he in school? No, he'd be like a mentor. He could do that as well, actually.
oh, that's a possibility. That's a good thought.
Yeah.
That's very much a possibility.
But yeah, this is why I got spoiled. Because even Pokemon themselves tweeted out, he's done it, he is world champion. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I know what's gonna happen when I watch the episode.
Right?
And I've seen little clips here and there of, Pikachu going against Charizard, which,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, it looks so cool. So I can't wait to check that out later on.
Oh, for sure.
But I definitely did want to finish this podcast talking about Ash Ketchum.
Mm-hmm.
This has been Jason, and
And Chad.
have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Yeah, take care, everyone.